What if everyone in the world had a time clock above their head and it showed you what time they would die? Would you treat your mom different? Would you treat your dad different? Would you treat your cousin different? Would you treat your coworkers different? Would you treat your wife different? Would you treat your husband different? If you had a time clock above your head that showed the time of a person's death, would you treat the people around you different? This is what I wanted to talk about, because I think if it did, people would act a lot different. People would forgive people more. Not saying all the toxic people would be able to run all over you, but I think it would allow people to be less toxic because they're looking at your time, so they know they have a time above their head. Maybe they can't see their time, maybe you can see their time, but I think just by seeing another person's time, and you're looking around, you're seeing another person's time, I think this will make the world a better place. And this is why in Islam we're supposed to constantly be thinking about death, because death is something that is reality. It's the only thing that's actually guaranteed for everyone in this world. Yet people run around and treat people horribly, and most people who are not believers don't even know what is going to happen. They're just like kind of willing to risk it and be like, okay, well, I don't know what's going to happen to this place that I'm going to forever, but screw it, YOLO. Like, I'm just going to live life to the fullest. Now for believers, we understand that we will be judged at the end of our lives. And so, going back to looking at these numbers above our heads, I feel like this would make the world better, because people would obviously look at people, and you'd look at your friends and you look at that person that's annoying you, and you'll kind of be like, is that annoying? Is it that annoying for me to cut this person off? And you kind of just look at it and be like, it's not that annoying. Like, it's semi-annoying, but it's not enough to like go yell at this person because I see their timestamp above their head. Now, the other thing I want to touch on, in our society, they have this statement recently that nice guys finish last. Now, this is a statement I truly do not believe. I believe nice guys who have low self-esteem, that are trying to please people, finish last, because they are actually trying to manipulate situations to try to get like certain reactions, and when they don't get those reactions, then it furthers their own self-esteem, but they have an agenda. I feel like nice guys who don't want anything in return and who are comfortable in their own skin will never finish last, because why wouldn't you be nice? People think people have to play these games. You don't want to play a game, right? They're like, in a relationship, you want to have purpose, and if you're purpose, yes, you want to have purpose, but you don't want to be like pretending that you're busy when you're not busy. You actually want to be busy doing what you love, so that you don't just have a whole bunch of free time. You know what I'm saying? And so when you do go out your way to meet people, you're making time for them. Does that make sense? There's a difference. There's a difference between pretending to be busy, which is like this whole game, which is like, I feel like if you do that, you're a loser. Like, if you're pretending to be busy when people call you, seeing them calling you, but like, oh, I gotta wait 5 minutes, I gotta wait 10 minutes to hit them back, you're a loser. Like, I'm not even trying to be mean, you're just a loser, because you're overthinking it. Life is not supposed to be that calculated. You just want to be so busy with life, doing your side project, working on your hobbies, staying fit, being spiritual. You want to be so busy with these things that, yes, when that phone call does come through, maybe you're at the gym, you're at the thing, so then when you do see it, you're like, hey, the minute you see it, then you respond to it, and then they're like, hey, you want to hang out? And you're like, I actually can't this, and this time, but I can this time, or I can make time on this day. You know what I'm saying? And then you move things around for people that you value. So that's the way that it should work. But nice guys don't finish last, because nobody wants to be around a person who isn't nice. You know what I'm saying? I think they should replace the term people pleasers finish last, because you're doing things based on off an agenda. When you don't get that reaction, then you end up where you started, because you came into a situation with the wrong intentions. Intentions always get found out. But I don't believe nice guys finish last, because Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him, was a nice guy. All the prophets were nice guys, So it's like, even though they were warriors, and even though they were prophets, and they were fathers and husbands, they were nice men and good men. We like to generalize, and when we generalize, you can just be able to put all these people in these massive boxes, like all women are like this, all men are like that. If it's that easy, then why do we have like data trackers. Like if everybody's all the same, not everybody's all the same. Some people like this, some people like people who are like that, some people like people who are like this. So it's like you can't generalize in that way. All you can do is try to be the healthiest version of yourself in a physical, mental, and spiritual way, because I believe ultimately that will make you a better person. I do not recommend that somebody just sit at home and do nothing all day. And there might be people out there who can do it and still be happy and healthy, but I wouldn't recommend it, because I truly believe that you have to be in tune with your spirituality, you have to be in tune with your mental health, you have to be in tune with your physicality. These are all very important things. The last thing is the jug of water. So what do I mean by the jug of water? When you go up to someone, or someone walks up to you and they're complaining about something, they're like, oh my God, this happened, you did this to me, blah, 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 whatever, guy cuts you off, and then you engage with that, they have 2 jugs of water. And when you engage with them arguing or having a bad day, you take the other jug of water. You know what I'm saying? And this is why you shouldn't get caught in that infinite loop cycle of hate. Light just gets rid of dark. Dark only adds more dark. So it's like, if you want to counter any sort of toxic or bad situation, give it light. Give it light by not reacting and not engaging with the way that other person's engaging. And if you're so confident and secure in yourself, like, nobody can use anything against you, nobody can do anything against you, because you truly don't actually care. The way that I see it, being Muslim is very powerful, because everything that happens to the believer is good. So if something that one could perceive as being bad, happens to a believer, it's like, oh, that's good, alhamdulillah, great. Okay, because I don't see the unseen. Allah understands the complexities beyond our comprehension. He understands why these things are happening. You might think that you lost this job, but it's like something better. You might think that this happened, but it's something better. So, just not engaging and being secure in yourself is the best thing that you could possibly do in every scenario, I believe. And the more that you're in tune, the way that I stay in tune is by praying 5 times a day, reading Quran, doing dhikr, not listening to music. Listening to music, what I realized that it was doing to me was it was taking me out of myself, and I wouldn't be conscious. And when you're not conscious, you can make a lot of mistakes. And so I stopped listening to music, and I started just listening to, Quran and, talks about Islam and things like that, and just like, the way of life of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And these things help you stay in tune and make better decisions, and be aware that your time is limited here, that nothing actually matters. And so nothing actually matters in the sense of, like, all that matters in this world is just trying to make sure you prepare yourself for Jannah, for the Akhirah, the afterlife, right? It's like, because we're all going to be judged when we pass from this world, and we're actually here for such a small amount of time, but we're there forever, right? And so, your grave you're going to be in your grave way longer than you were on this earth, so it's like, really just being in tune with that helps you just not get caught up in all this stuff, because most of this stuff is truly nonsense, and people want to distract themselves from the reality that's coming full speed at them no matter where they go. There's a hadith, I don't know how it goes, but it's something along the lines of, like, you can hide in the highest tower ever, you can build the highest fortress and hide in the highest tower, but, like, we will still find you, like, death will still find you, and that's ultimate. And so, don't engage with people in their negativity, because you're just end up carrying their negativity, and you end up taking the jug of water. And there's a short film that I watched recently called La Culpa, where a guy goes to seek revenge of the man who killed his wife, and when he goes, he kills the guy, and he tries to run out of the apartment, but he gets caught in this infinite loop cycle where he can't leave, and he ends up, like, waking up, and he's in front of the door again. It's like God gave him a second chance to make a different decision. So this time he goes up there, and he hesitates to shoot the burglar because he sees his son, and the burglar takes the gun from him, the guy that killed his wife. takes the gun from him and like is about to shoot him, but the son intervenes and then he tells him to go. But when he tells him to go, the guy who killed his wife realizes that he's seen his face and he's gonna report him to the police. So he tries to run outside to kill him, but he gets caught in the infinite loop cycle. So let people walk into their own tornadoes. Don't step in there and give them the satisfaction of like you walk in having a great day and all of a sudden somebody comes along and snatches you into their tornado. Like if that tornado comes by, you just move, just like let it pass by, and like they'll get caught right back in it because that's within them, and that's the trick. That's the trick, is not to act. But that's all I wanted to say today. I haven't posted recently because I've been going with the flow. Like I haven't felt like, I've been missing something. I actually shot some cool shorts. We shot these episodes that we're trying to put out that will help young Muslims navigate the Western world, whether it's like wearing hijab and being made fun of, or like, wanting to participate in certain things that Muslims don't participate in. We wanted to make these shorts, so I kind of just been free flowing and allow myself to create, and also just, going to the gym. I picked up jiu-jitsu, obviously going to masjid all the time, hanging out with friends. And so, I know that shooting, I never do anything that like, I never force myself and be like, I need to shoot. Like when the time comes and it feels right, it just feels right, and then I just do it, right? And so that's where I've been, honestly. I hope you guys have a great day. This is LA. It's always choppers in the sky. It's kind of like Grand Theft Auto. But yeah, we'll talk soon. See ya.